Hello, Crypto Growth fam. Regulations are taking place, and Velo aspires to become the key to the new financial system. Look at this. French Hill, in 2 weeks, will bring the Clarity Act and Genius Act to the House floor, which gives rules of the road for digital assets and dollar backed payment stablecoins. So, from this, we realize that digital assets regulation is finally here. Stablecoin regulation and a framework is trying to be constructed. Let's check this out.
Middle of making crypto policy for the United States of America. You have an upcoming crypto week. Tell us about that.
Well, right now, digital assets, cryptocurrency, and everything related to using financial payments on a blockchain is basically not regulated, not clear to consumers, investors, entrepreneurs how to use it, how to avoid federal prosecution. So in 2 weeks, we'll bring to the House floor the Clarity Act, which gives the rules of the road of how to invest in digital assets, how to trade them, how you can be a broker, and the market framework for digital assets. And we'll also bring to the House floor dollar-backed payment stablecoins, which we believe those two things will advance America's power around the world in financial services by extending the authority of the U.S. dollar as we move from finance in a traditional format to finance being carried out on a blockchain.
Chairman French Hill of the House Financial Services Committee, great to have you today.
Folks, projects like Velo, XLM, XRP, they are ever reliant on regulations. They are reliant on a good framework for digital assets to maneuver. In the current landscape where meme coins and any hype coin can shill and distract the masses, I do not think that these projects can perform really well in this current environment, but the regulations, compliance, it is coming and it is coming soon. Look at this, Velo. I'm holding for life-changing gain. No one ever got rich. Diversifying. Diversifying is for staying rich. Okay. So this seems to be a Velo maxi over here. 100% Velo. Look at this. Cumulative. We have undergone an accumulation phase at the moment. So let's hope that soon we rally hard. This is Jack. Attention all Velo holders. Super important post. As we enter the next leg up into the bull cycle, it is important to remember what we are holding so we don't wander off trail. This happens whenever you hold a token and it is not performing well. You go and check out other projects in the market and then you compare it with yours and you think that the other bags are performing really well, other coins are performing really well, and then you try to sell yours and buy into other ones. What happens is that most of the time, I'm not saying that all the time, but most of the time, people tend to lose money there and then they cannot even buy the bag they had while they were holding. So to each their own, everyone has their own strategy, but Velo is certainly big. The partnerships are huge. Look at this. These are some partnerships of Velo and why it can be the key to the kingdom. When asked if Velo is as big as claimed, show them this list. Bookmark these 39 partnerships and early investors. By the way, early investors are also important because they are the ones that believe in a certain project and its potential. If the early potential hold a good name in the world of finance, then obviously then Velo also has a good name, indirectly or directly. Fourth since 2020 include giants like Visa and Stellar, proving Velo's power in transforming payment and DeFi across Asia's $800 billion plus market. So not even 800 billion plus, this is just Asia's. When we talk about global markets, when we talk about tokenization, we're talking about disrupting trillions. So $100 billion companies. Visa partnership, $600 billion market. Charoen, Poke Fan Group, CP Group, by the way, partnership and early investor. $100 billion. Then we've got multiple billion-dollar companies, folks. We've got Stellar, $12.2 billion, Chainlink Partnership, $9.1 billion. By the way, obviously built on Stellar, and Jed McCaleb is the advisor in Velo's infrastructure as well. We've got Binance Thailand, $10 billion partnership, Bybit partnership, $4 billion, Paxos International partnership, $2 billion, Hobby partnership, $2 billion. So many projects, folks. Now let's check them out. Matrix Port, Lightnet, Solana Foundation. Okay, this one is also great. Arkham Intelligence, Securitize. Securitize is associated with BlackRock, folks. So this is what we're talking about. TrueUSD, Kyber Network, DWF Labs, BitGo, Waves, Philippine Digital Asset, Band Protocol, Apollo X, Orbit Network, EveryNet, Open Eden, Signum Capital, Dew Capital, Ranger Finance, KogoPay, iRemit, Inception, Finclusive, Interstellar, Galileo Protocol. By the way, Galileo Protocol is also is focusing on real-world asset tokenization. We've got Transact Cloud, FT Worldwide, Native, Terra, folks. Now look at this. Velo Labs has got $747 billion of dollars backing it through partnerships. Do you think it is going to stay at pennies or even 50 cents in a few years? Nope. Let's see, anything can happen when it comes to the world of finance, but the potential of Velo is certainly there. Look at this. Do you understand yet? $400 Velo by 2030 minimum. This is crypto banker SHX saying, folks. And why is that? Look at this. For an asset to be liquid for so many, look at this. A huge market cap. For an asset to be liquid at $1 trillion, that is able to have $1 trillion in transactions without significantly impacting its price. Its market capitalization typically needs to be significantly larger than the amount. So the price needs to be price and market cap needs to be larger. Liquidity depends on factors like trading volume, market depth, and the asset's market structure, but a common rule of thumb is that the market cap should be at least 10 to 100 times the desired liquidity level. So this is what we're talking about, folks, and this is what Velo wants to do when it comes to disrupting trillions. Velo accelerates its strategic transformation to become Asia's $1 trillion liquidity infrastructure by 2030. So this is why Crypto Banker is saying that such a huge number is possible for Velo. I mean, these are mind-boggling numbers, folks. I mean, it is hard to digest, hard to absorb in current landscape, but who's to say it won't ever happen, but let's see. But I think we should be a bit conservative to see how it goes anyways, to stay a bit so that we do not become impatient. Expanding into remittances, SME financing, small, medium enterprise, and RWA tokenization, securing relevance and leadership in the rapidly evolving global digital financial ecosystem, and delivering fast, resilient, and integrated financial systems. I mean, this is what Velo is all about, and not just retail, but for institutional users as well, folks. So Velo trying to become the backbone, empowering Asia's $1 trillion economy, folks. This is huge. Now look at this. This was a really interesting video over here. I saw Paul Barron Network tokenizing global money with Pat, COO Velo. So let's check this out. Yeah, this is the intro. Let's see the Velo updates over here, and then we'll see the RWA potential, both of them. Tokenized gold, or yeah, RWA potential.
I want to kind of go into a framework for our audience to really understand what Velo is all about. Give us an update of where you guys are today.
So we've had a recent refocus and sort of redefine what we're trying to focus here. So essentially what we're trying to build here is a financial superhighway infrastructure that's integrated what we call a Web3 plus ecosystem, basically bringing in traditional finance closer with the decentralized finance or DeFi. Our mission here is still to make money movement faster and more secure and more inclusive, especially in our region where access to financial tools is still uneven. So what we're trying to offer here is a programmable liquidity infrastructure, combining with real-world asset support. We're trying to solve pain point where there is inefficient cross-border transaction, fragmented liquidity, and limited access to digital financial services.
Where do you see the growth right now for Velo? Is it mostly in Asia? I know you guys are based there, or do you see Europe as being a major market, or South America? Where do you find the potential here for the company?
Millions of traders around the world choose TradingView to ensure that their trading doesn't turn into guessing on cost.
I think the areas where we're targeting here is areas where the infrastructure is still inefficient. So that's areas like in Asia where we operate. We also see potential in areas like in Africa or South America as well. But these are huge markets and very unique problems in different regions. So even though we say, we're trying to focus here and solving issues in Asia, but also to be opportunistic to other opportunities that as they come. So we're keeping an eye out on other regions, but at some point we got to have very specific focus, and that's in Asia right now.
So you guys were you were featured in the Binance Alphas not long ago. When that happened, obviously Binance very focused on Asia in terms of their trading markets. First of all, how did that trading competition go? What was kind of the result?
So the trading competition just ended at the end of June. I think that went quite well. So just to recap, it was a trading competition on Binance Alpha. Binance Alpha from time to time highlights certain promising token projects. I think over the course of the trading competition, there was over, I think, $1 billion worth of trading volume. So that was quite good for us. I think what we're trying to get here is more coverage, more interest into our project. So hopefully that'll bring more users to have an interest in their project, take a look into what we're trying to build in here, and hopefully be able to try some of our products in the market.
One thing that we have focused on here on the channel, we've talked about tokenized gold and RWAs quite a bit because there's a handful of projects out there that are building around that. We have not seen a real unique focus around gold, especially when you think about tokenized gold. Explain to me what Velo is trying to do, or Velo is trying to do in that area.
So essentially, gold is a very big commodities that are being traded. It's a store of value that is widely used in different markets, especially in Asia.
In terms of total addressable potential here, especially when you think about gold being inserted in this, which is running around 14 trillion, what is the opportunity here for you guys in terms of overall market share, et cetera? Where do you guys see big accelerated growth for Velo?
I think, going back to earlier, what I mentioned as a focus is in the payments network. So there's different ways that we think about it. One is in terms of cross-border payments, how we can bring our infrastructure to be able to offer an alternative to the inefficiencies that we see. I like to mention sort of this specific use cases, but in exotic currencies that we see, for example, Thai baht or Filipino pesos, the inefficiency is there's no direct conversion between the two currency. It usually goes from Thai baht to USD and USD to Filipino pesos. This two hops increase obviously the fees and inefficiency. By providing an alternative infrastructure, we could allow for that to be bypassed and to be direct conversion between the two. Obviously, that would need us to be able to aggregate liquidities within the ecosystem. But also beyond that, beyond just inefficiency, also in terms of the movement of money to be 24/7, not limited by banking hours, and also allow it to happen, at any given time. That's just one way that we're trying to bring our infrastructure to solve inefficiency. The other part I want to highlight is, cross-border movement is just moving point A to point B. What we see also is companies with distributed workforce wanting to be able to work to sort of manage their payroll, right? So if you're a company, you have people working in 10 different countries,
Exactly.
you have to work in 10 different countries, payroll and, the payments itself that needs to go through. So the benefit of having blockchain is, being able to program different movement of funds. So in one click, you can essentially have these funds distributed to your workers efficiently and easily for your HR. So those are some of the things that we're talking about. The other part is the merchant network payments. So how do we allow people to have assets on Web3, be able to use those assets to make payments in the real world, and allow merchants to be able to settle into fiat currency? That's something that we also look into. So I can't really say in numbers what we expect to be able to capture, but these are large markets and these are large problems that we're trying to solve here. And just
Indeed, folks, Velo is trying to solve the large problems and ultimately become the key to the new financial system. Do you think that it indeed is possible? I would really like your opinions, folks. Do hit the comment box below and let the community know. Anyways, guys, this was it for the video. If you liked it, make sure to like, share, comment, subscribe, and hit the notification icon if you're interested in utility coins and potential gems. And you can also support the channel by checking out Decent and its wallets, as well as Patreon, by following the links in the description box below. Until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, everyone.